the role of the manager comes with executive authority. The manager is expected to be ultimately the person who makes the decision and who drives the implementation of it. But with the increasing complexity of the modern organizational world, it isn't possible for a manager to know everything that they need to know. And so over the last 20 years, there have been increasing numbers of advisors with specialist discipline around to offer managers support in the areas that they wouldn't have sufficient expertise in. For example, HR, maybe procurement, the internal change agent in organization development or process improvement. So these different professional technical specialist roles are positioned to bring to bear greater knowledge in their particular discipline than the manager would have. However, whereas the manager has executive authority to decide, it's in the nature of being an advisor that you don't have the executive authority. You cannot impose your decision, you cannot impose your advice as a decision that the manager has to accept. It's advice. In other words, the success of the specialist advisor depends on their ability to influence effectively without executive authority. I think there are three key principles. The first is that it's absolutely essential that you have a process for how you are going to work with the manager who you are advising. And in 4 pillars, we've developed a process, a series of stages that we call the primary intervention cycle. The second key principle is that you have to really understand that as an advisor, you are advising a manager who is your client for the advice. So you have to be client-centered with that manager, that your job is to see that as your customer, as your client for your advice, that you are alongside them, helping them be more effective, helping them achieve their goals, and that as they achieve their goals, you're achieving your goals. The third key principle is that it is essential to have a real understanding of the client's readiness for change. One of the key determinants of somebody's readiness to change is their level of satisfaction or dissatisfaction with the present situation. This is very important because a satisfied need is not a motivator. When you're satisfied with the present situation, you have no motive to change it. So if our level of satisfaction and dissatisfaction are a key determinant of our readiness to change, then as an effective influencer, we need to be thinking through how dissatisfied with the present situation is the person that we're trying to influence and advise. And further than that, on the basis of that understanding, planning how to intervene in order to increase our clients' dissatisfaction with the present situation if they're satisfied with it. So it's both important in terms of understanding the client and crucial in terms of improving how effectively we are at influencing.